Okay, so the next game is patpanda versus Przemo. Patpanda is black, Przemo is white. It was an interesting game because there was a lot of fighting. So this Tanuki, it's not usually recommended to play such Tanuki. Usually you want to either play something like this or this, something to prevent black from, let's just create an example where black gets center. So example variation that could have happened to prevent black from playing this particular hand, because it is quite a big wall that black gets, and white doesn't really have a lot of territory. So usually to ignore this you have to have a pretty good reason, and I don't really think that coming to the corner is a good reason enough. This Kakari to corner. Also, I think that since we have these two stones, this would be one of the cases where we would like to pincer, especially if we have follow-up here that grants us a wall for black. And so that's why I would probably think of pincer. But definitely this is not a mistake. This just feels right for me. As far as the direction of play goes. So this is nice to have this extension. Especially since many Josekis here and with black just getting center, and if that's the case, then this wall really works well with this extension and overall position. Overall position looks pretty nice to play for black. It's not like white is a lot behind, but this is something I really like to see in my games. These big formations. So that's my preference, but also I probably black is a bit better here. And so this makes sense. Yeah, probably still sorry, probably still white would like to play something here, but this is fine. Good place for black. Also, still black wants to play this one because this is such a big move, and also this kick is really interesting for black. But this is also fine. I usually, maybe I'm not up to date with AI, but I don't think that this is the move that we play immediately, usually. Usually I see this move when white really wants to leave. So for example, if black has already some stones, right? So, for example, like this. So in this case, white would probably want to play something like this and create some sort of living shape. And this is usually when I see it. I'm not sure if it's really a mistake. It's just not too common. Usually you can see this or this one or Tanuki. This is big enough move to ignore the pincer, to be honest. This I don't really see too often, but okay. And like this. And now The problem for white is that this is center, and really white has these big clumps of stones that really don't do anything. They will have to struggle and escape, struggle a bit and escape, while black makes some profits here. Maybe that's not the sequence, but we have to keep in mind that white is not really that strong here. And this exchange I don't like, just because this sequence gives great clump, makes white really heavy. These exchanges would be definitely better than just exchanging this, because for example here white can make an eye. In this sequence, well, okay, here also white can make an eye, but still somehow his shape feels much heavier. And this is fine until this Hane. This is an overplay. Black can just do whatever here or here, and it's tough for white to make anything out of this. Like, even if white leaves, which I don't think he will. Yeah, I don't think he will leave. I don't see a way for white to leave, so I think something like this or like this, maybe it's too dangerous, but like this or like this, and I think white is basically dead, because even if something like this happens, it's not too easy to, even if white manages to make black somewhat heavy, it's still, I think it will still escape. So this looks like a big overplay, but black backed out here. I don't think he should have. I think he should have continued with surrounding white. Yeah, and I think this would be almost end of the game, because this is too big to give up for white. So this one, yeah, probably, since this ladder works for white, probably for black, probably it's better to just take it. And also here, why not one line higher? I'm not sure. This is just, it's not really big mistake, but it is some point that we just gave for free, and also some free moves for white, right? So like white can gain something here, like this, or maybe like this. We can start, and then, you know, there is something that white can gain when we compare to this. Yeah, I think black just could have, but that's not too big mistake, so let's not dwell on this. Okay, here black could have just Hanat, but taking is, well, no, this is much better. This gives much more influence, and it's not like white will have the ability to escape. So even just like this, we can, well, we have this wall, it will be useful. in the future. Maybe we can do some sort of switcheroo and in the end attack the white stone. Maybe we will manage to do that. So I don't think this will be useless wall completely. And this move feels a bit slow. This is fine. Well, maybe white could have played just a bit like this, but it's fine. So here everything is fine. This is, I'm not sure I would have done this. This feels dangerous for white, because black is quite strong here. Even though he has some weaknesses, it's not like there is some immediate threat that I can see. So, well, I would be a bit careful with that. I would probably jump and maybe now it's fine. But without the jump, I'm not so sure. It's a good idea. And this, if you want to attack something, and that's the case here for black. Black has a wall here, like quite big wall. There is some weaknesses, but this can be counted as wall. And he has some pincering stone, and so I think that we view this as black attacking white. And so playing like this, like touching style, it's not the way to attack stones usually. Usually we attach when we have some weak stone. So for example, if white would attach here, this would make sense, because we have a weak stone here inside some black moya, and so white sometimes would want to attach just to, even though black is stronger now, we attached so that we were stronger and could escape or create a base or whatever, or a life. But if we are attacking, then usually this kind of crude move is not the best. Usually we want to do anything but that. So I think this would be the optimal way. This, or no, probably this. I don't see any better move, to be honest. I think it's the only move right now. So white. Okay. As white, it would be really nice to play here, because black will most definitely answer, because, well, he wants to attack this whole group, so he won't allow white to connect. And this creates some eye shape here. So why not? Why not just like that? Just a good exchange for white. And also, in the future, it may turn out that black will get this, and this will be a bit awkward. Okay. Nice. Well, maybe this should be fine. I would probably think more like this, but it's probably not too important. It is a bit. This is better shape. Yeah, because this has this awkward weakness in the future, so and so, like, in some cases this might lead, I don't know what happens here, but basically this might lead to some sort of weird cut where this is exposed and this is exposed. So maybe it's not the best shape. Yeah, I think this would be much better for black. Just simple table. Okay, here we are basically attaching, but we have a weak group, so now this makes a bit of sense. White is a bit maybe too narrow-minded, because white here it's fine, but what are we scared of? And why don't we play just here? It's not like black can kill this anyhow, so maybe just attack, like, you know, anything. This might be also center-ish. Yeah, I think this is center, this move, because if not, then white can just cut, probably. So maybe just like this, and then if black connects, then we're perfect, and if he doesn't connect, then well, there is some stuff we can do, like some tesujis like this one. So maybe instead of worrying about this group, we should think about what happens between the weakest groups on the board. So the weakest groups are this white group, because it doesn't have a life, and this black's group, because it also doesn't have a life. And also they are right next to each other. And since the corner is alive, it will never die. It has no chance of dying. So like, if I don't know what black can try, example like this, no problem. White has a lot of space to leave. Something else, this one. Still, this is very much alive. So since this corner is alive, what we did is even if black does something like this, to be honest, we made black group really strong right now, and we took care of a group that already was alive, and we left this one hanging while making the opponent strong. So it's not the best strategy. We have to think about which side we want to play from, and usually if we have weak group, we want to play from the side where is our weak group, or also if there are two weak groups right next to each other, then also we can think about this, like we want to play the moves that affect both of them. So both this group 1 of white and 2 of black. So this made black very much stronger. Yeah. And so black could have profited in whatever way. Yeah. Also, I would probably just do this bulky shape, because well, now we are basically alive, and we have no cuts, no agi, so then we can play like hardcore stuff if we are this strong. But this is also fine, although there is some agi to be considered in the future, because for now it's fine. This move is very bad for black. Why is that? Because this group, I don't think it's in immediate danger, and so like we can still run out, right? This way or whatever, even this way, or we can just connect like this. So I don't think this is an exchange that gives us inside and gives opponent the outside, and very strong shape outside. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, and if we are this afraid of that, then maybe we shouldn't have pushed like this. We should have played this schema, and then if white jumps, we are a bit more protected on the top. We are a bit further than when we played this. And also there is this shape, and this shape is a bit weaker. Like there is some still agi for later. Like even this peep might be useful for life. And so yeah, by playing this one we made black a bit weaker. So maybe that was the problem. Because if we now have to play wedge like this, it's not really nice. And maybe we had to because this is the agi I was afraid of, right? Remember when black played this one, I said that, well, maybe there is this agi which could be troublesome later, and that's why I said that maybe this one is better. And basically that's exactly what happens. It just wasn't that obvious. This is where black lost the tempo because of it, and because of this poor shape. But it's still okay. This is a big move. Also, I think still this move is huge. And also this is huge because even if black, well, let's assume black gained all of this black gained. Perfect. But now there is still this Yosa. And is it really that much? Like we just assumed that black got everything, right? That he could have here. Still, this is terrible, right? Because, or like, what can I say? There is still big enough Yosa to make that not too big. Like, even this 6 points is like this. So this is maybe 10 points in the best case scenario. And so this one or this one, I would probably just play like this. And since we have such a strong shape here, it's not like black will gain anything. Like, even to be honest, we set the best case scenario, but to be honest, white can just probably invade, and white doesn't have to care too much. And it can also turn out that black is under attack here because of the cuts. So maybe we don't have to be this greedy. Just play solidly, and there is nothing to be this afraid about. Yeah, so this shape of black is a bit awkward on the top. Because, like, not sure if it even is really connected. Is it? Well, maybe it is. Still, it's quite an awkward shape, and black doesn't really have anything. So white got quite a lot. So what should have black done? What black should have done is first of all probably do we have first of all we have this sequence that is always there, and also there is possibility sometimes of like some stuff like this. And so maybe the option would be to play just like this. Now black here is 100% alive, so black doesn't have to worry at all. So maybe if we play something like this, and we assume that we have this sequence where we get some stones over here, maybe the idea, the good idea would be to, or even just like this, black jumps, white jumps, like everyone jumps, perfect, everyone jumps, and let's assume that white is connected, and then bam. Yeah, this white group is not alive, so maybe this is what... Oh, this white group is not alive, and white didn't respond. This is really dangerous, and this even more. Now definitely this white group should be dead, 100%. So what happened here? This happened. Okay, black made a mistake here. So this is what should have happened. So like this. Yeah, and there is nothing white can really do, I think, or maybe there is. Interesting. Maybe it's not this easy, that as easy as I thought. So I misread here, sorry about it. So. I see. So probably black should have started with this one, and now probably same stuff won't work. What happened here? Oh, this one. Yeah, so like this, and now, and this one probably will not work, because we have this move. Yep. Yeah, this is exactly it. So I didn't misread earlier. This time I just forgot about this one. So yeah, this exchange, and white is, I think, dead, and game is over. So yeah, well, white should have jumped now, and also since this is the case, that also means that, and black could have just swallowed the stone basically, like even like this, just to be 100% sure it's dead. Black just swallowed it, and so k17 is not a good move also. So white should have either played just normal move, or take care of this group. This would also make sense. But this, I really assume that white will leave, and this move is really big, and that's just an overplay, because now we create the third weakness, because there is weakness number, where we have weakness A, weakness B, like the stone B, and weakness C, the stones on the right side. So this is just too much to handle. But white managed to do something here, so that's interesting. Okay, so here it went like this, and I don't really... I see. Yeah. So this concluded the game basically. So this concluded the game, but the game went on. So this was some interesting stuff trying, but didn't really work. Each interesting stuff. This is double K. And so even if wow. Okay, so white answered, black kills. And so basically white is alive here because there is 2 Ks, and white will win one of them. And so this didn't work, but it was really interesting try. So that was fun. Black gained here even more. This is some black gained here, and this is some hardcore tries. And black managed to do something. What white should have done is just play this one. And now black can't really do anything. Like, there is this cat, there is this one, but no way that this works. Even like this. Yeah. So this was a mistake by white. And still, I think this might be salvageable. So maybe does this work? Yeah. I think it's still, this is the key point. Still, if white plays this, he should be fine, because he wins every capturing race. Yeah. So here black gained quite a bit and managed to get a cock here. And that's interesting situation, because this is some hardcore stuff, and here everyone thought that this is a K if white is alive or dead, but it's not true, because white just can just play here, and it's Seki or alive, because in this case, even if all liberties are filled, well, this is Seki. White, of course, can play, because he will be captured. And also, if black plays here, then white is just alive, and black is captured. And so, this wasn't really a K for alive. This really was just a K for a few points. And also, this one is center for white, because really, if black doesn't answer, then he is cut. He is captured. Okay, so here white died, and black is back in the game. And I think black won this in the end. Yeah. So what's left now is yes. So I think this is all about this game. So let's go to the next.